Suddhanandaji Vaistave Vedeshang Vadakramo Panishadir Gayantiyam Samaga Dhyana Vastita Tadgatena Manasa Shantiyam Yoginaha Shantam Navidusura Suragana Eva Smay Namaha. Verse number 11. Yatanto yoginas sainam Pasyantiyatmanyavasthitam Yatantopyakrutatmanah Nainam pasyantyachetasah Yadadityagatam tejah Jagadvasayate khilam Yachandramasi yachagno Tattejo vidhi mamakam Gama vishyacha bhutani Dharayamyamojasa Pushnami chaushadhi sarvaha Somo bhutva rasatmakah Yadadityagatam tejah Jagadvasayate khilam Yachandramasi yachagno Tattejo vidhi mamakam Gama vishyacha bhutani Dharayamyamojasa Pushnami chaushadhi sarvaha Somo bhutva rasatmakah So, even though this reality is one's own self, and in this little tree of a body, mind, this is the root of consciousness, that is myself. Because of the ignorance, I identify with the thought, identify the mind, the body, and that is how Shariram apnoti utkramati. Because the ignorance, I identify with the body, then also because of the ignorance, I feel as though I am dying to this body and transmigrating. But when I am aware of myself as I am, there is no birth, no death, no nothing. Because birth, death, growth, changes all belong to the physical body and the physical universe. Changing sense organs, changes belong to the mind. But who I am is the changeless Shivoham, Shivoham. If this is the knowledge, because the ignorance I take myself to be, which we saw elaborately in the morning, now he says, those people, yatantaha yoginaha, atmani avasthitam atmanam pasyanti. Those yoginaha, those who are samahita chita, the person who is no more affected by the mana, moha, sangha, arrogance, delusion, different types of association, infatuation. When the mind is just free from it, the person cannot escape being himself. Whereas the person who is yatantopi akrutatmana, akrutatmana means asanskruta antakarana, which is tapasya indriya jayana, the person has not done any tapas, in a sense austerities, contemplation. As a result, the sense organs drive him crazy. Sense organs drive him crazy because not that the sense organs have a purpose to drive you crazy. When you don't know your thoughts naturally express themselves at the level of the sense organ and you go crazy. Please understand, sense organs don't drive you crazy. Body is a simple instrument. Body cannot drive you crazy. Without a corresponding thought, the physical body cannot create any problem for you. That is why in the body there is disease, but you don't know there is a disease. You are happily hanging around. Whereas when you are thinking that you have a disease, there may not be, like a hypochondriac, and you are so miserable. The thoughts completely affect. Therefore, the person who doesn't know, what I say is asanta darpat manaha, ashanta darpa, ashanta discontented, unhappy, frustrated, miserable, and darpatmana, sometimes proud, arrogant. This type of mind will never know the truth. Why? Because you are already lost in a wrong identity. Are you getting that, please? Lost in the wrong identity, how are you going to find yourself? Until you drop that wrong identity. So what is needed is that what you are identifying with need not be touched, but you shift yourself from the physical body to yourself, from the thought to yourself. Just like, you can take an example. See, that is where you can take the two types of mind, two types of example you can take. One is organized, very well discriminative. The mind is no more has any obsession, no more preoccupation. Therefore, it is now facilitated to receive the understanding of himself. Other one, full of likes, dislikes, anger, hatred, jealousy, complexes. So they find it extremely difficult to be with himself. Like, there is a flower, there is a rosebud, or there is a lily, some flower is there. A frog is sitting down by the side, and a honeybee is going round. Same flower. The frog is waiting for an insect. The honeybee goes deep into it and picks up the honey from the flower. The frog can never eat the honey. The frog is waiting for the insect. The frog will not eat the honey. Same flower. But the honeybee goes for the honey inside the lotus or the flower. Physical body, mind is a lovely flower. One ahankar is like a honeybee. Other ahankar is like a frog. You find out for yourself what type of ahankar you have. Are you a tavle? Are you a frog? Or you are honeybee? Most of them are frogs. Outside body. The frog is not going inside the flower. The frog is waiting outside the flower to catch the insect. The honeybee doesn't wait outside, doesn't hang around outside the flower. He goes inside the flower to take the honey. So the frog of the individuality looks out, little insect. Sabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. Naturally sometimes eaten by a snake of another frog, another individuality. When you are a frog, snake catches you. If you are moving out, Somebody can catch you. You can fall into a trap. Whereas in case of honeybee, he goes into the deep inside the flower and drinks the honey, the sweetest thing. Looking at the flower, can anybody believe such honey is inside? Think of it. Just looking at the simple flower, this is just an ordinary flower. Can anybody believe deep inside there is honey? So many sweet things? Same thing body. Looking at this changing, aging, dying body, can ever anybody believe that there is the honey of immortality, changelessness, absolute freedom inside this? Cannot. That is why the teacher, that is why the teaching. One who introduces you to yourself. So if you want to see yourself, what is needed is, world will not change, your body you don't need to change, your thoughts you don't need to change yourself, the I individual. So such a person, Krutatmanaha, yogi, samahita chitta, who understand the truth. Samahita chitta means where the mind is no more distracted. When you are not distracted, meaning there is no preoccupation, you are now with yourself. Any time, please understand, solving a problem, you want to solve a problem, can you just be aware? Many problems can be solved just by yourself being little aware. What am I doing? If you get yourself involved with your thought and you want to solve it, body, people, many times you will not be able to solve the problem. Just be aware, you shall find the solution. Because when you are restful, solution is already got. Why do you want money? Why do you want a car? Why do you want a friendship? Why do you want anything? To be happy in life. Already happiness. Yes. So for happiness' sake, what should I do? Nothing. And therefore, nothing is a problem. Because things for things' sake is not a problem. Are you getting that point? Thing for things' sake is not a problem. That is why that awareness, so important. You cannot solve your even relative problem until you are aware of the absolute that you are. Because relative problems are more your imaginations. Sometimes by giving it a sanction, in fact you are complicating it more. You give it a sanction. The moment you accept there is a problem, you create a problem where it is not. Read in that place. Simple thing. The moment you accept a problem as a problem, what is the simple thing is, oh, this particular dish is not available in the hotel, problem. This particular brand of clothes is not available, problem. This particular house is not available, problem. That man talks like that, problem. But if you are aware of yourself, when you are not a problem, nothing will appear as a problem. When you are healthy, rain is wonderful, summer is fantastic, winter of course nice, spring what to talk about. When you are sick, summer is bad, winter is bad, rain isn't bad, everything is bad. When you are in a good mood, you smile, fine. Crying, why is he crying? Anything, anywhere, fine. Suppose you are in a bad mood, why are you smiling all the time? You think the whole world is all pleasure, huh? You are sick. Okay. Suppose somebody is crying, useless fellow. Why can't you be quiet? Why are you crying all the time? Miserable face. Huh? So because you are in a mood, so no, everybody else should be totally on the what? Tenterhooks, as they say. Everybody else should be on the toes because you are coming. What is this? When you are happy with yourself, everything is fine, it's all right. It doesn't matter. That is why come back. So it's very simple, this verse is so sweet it is. Yatanto yoginaschenam. Yatantaha yoginaha, the person who is samayita chitta, mind is beautiful, now he abides in himself, see the truth. Yatantopi akrutatmanaha asanskrutantakarana. Even though they are striving, the person who is not ready for it, in a sense, full of obsessions, preoccupations, find it difficult to understand himself. But who knew? Even that person who at this moment with the preoccupation makes no difference. When he shifts the attention from the relative thing to the absolute, he also, there is no problem. Okay. Now, having told this, let us see now this. Don't worry about it. He'll not come. Okay. Now he says, that now he comes with this one who sees himself. What does he see? He sees oneness everywhere. So far, whatever. Yat padam sarvasya abhavasakam agnyadi jyotihi. Like that which illumines everything, sun, moon, fire. That which is in and through everything. Like the space which is all-pervasive. The same thing, the truth that you see in yourself is everywhere, at all times, at all places, in all conditions. Enlightenment, awakening, waking up to yourself does not confine you to a time or a particular place. Not that in Aryanamalai, ashram, everything is enlightening. When I step out, it's all ignorance. Morning class, 7:30, 7 o'clock we are taking, it's all beautiful. 12 o'clock, midday, madness. Is it so? When you see it yourself thereafter, you are who you are at all times, all places, all conditions. That is why you observe your life. Having understood it, do you go through fluctuating mood changes? Where from the anger comes? Like a Zen student one day, he was listening to the teacher and the teacher was giving the absolute standpoint, shunyam, everything is shunyam. Shunyam means there is nothing. Everything is shunyam. There is no creation, there is no God, there is no truth, there is no man, there is no woman. The teacher revealed it. The student also, the teacher asked, what did you understand? So he repeated the same thing. There is no God, there is no creation, there is no truth, there is nothing. Repeating. So the student, the teacher had a stick. The Zen masters, usually they say they have a stick. So the student, he was talking like that. He hit him on the back. When they hit on the back, it was terribly painful. And the teacher, student jumped, oh, so much pain, why are you hitting me? He said, if nothing is there, where from pain comes? If there is nothing, where from the pain comes? That is why don't be a repeating machine. Everything, when you are aware of yourself, please see to it that you are not going through these fluctuating mood changes. Even if you are angry for a second, you have lost sight of it. Don't blame others, don't tell, that man only made me angry. How can that person made you angry? So ignorance is so much more powerful than the wisdom. Instead of the wisdom containing the ignorance overwhelms the wisdom. So whatever wisdom you have, it is just like the ritualist caste system and the touchability, holiness and unholiness. If the untouchable goes into the temple, first you brand somebody as untouchable. Then say, if he goes into temple or he touches the priest is polluted, the temple is polluted. And the purity of the temple, the holiness of the temple, the purity of the priest doesn't make this impure, so-called impure person pure. That means his impurity is so much more stronger than the purity of the priest and the holiness of the temple. So, worship the stronger one. So this somebody who could make you angry, you say he's ignorant, he's a rascal, he's stupid. All right. If he can make you angry, who has the greater strength? The ignorance of the individual or the wisdom of yourself? What does it mean? You are more ignorant than the other person, but you are arrogant that you know. Understand? The conclusion is not you are wise. You are more arrogant. And therefore more ignorant. You are so proud of your knowledge, proud of your information. And the other person doesn't have the information to be proud. You are already sitting down with a tight hollowness, hollow around you, that I am the holy man. I know everything. How can you talk to me like that? Oh boy, you are somebody so big. Huh? If you are really great, if you really understand infinity absolute, what is the question of somebody talking anything to you? It makes no difference to you. So observe that. If that is not there, you will not enjoy life. Understand? The wisdom, understand? It must be a celebration. It must be a continuous celebration. Always you are aware of it. What is the idea of having your millions if you sometimes you behave like a poor man? Huh? Think. You are a millionaire, billionaire. But you are pretending as though no food for you, you are hungry and starving. What will people say? Paityam. In Munich, there is a palace, small chota palace. There is a big palaces are there also. The kings, the Frederick and all these things are staying. But there is one which is meant for a prince who has nuts. He has nuts. So there is a small palace. After all, he is a prince, no? So even when an idiot, he has to live in a big house. So there is a place for him. So what people called him? Nutty prince, mad prince. Because he may be prince, but he mad. So sometimes goes like a beggar in the street. So same thing. If you can go crazy, aware of yourself, what shall people tell you? Mad. Why? Your knowledge means nothing. That's even for a moment, watch out, okay? Happiness means always happy. Contentment means always contented. You can be happily unhappy. You can be happily uncomfortable. You can be happily comfortable. Understand that language. Your happiness nobody touches. Your immortality nobody touches. You are happily living, happily dying. Happily indulging, happily denying. Happily living, happily passing. It makes no difference. Happily comfortable, happily uncomfortable. That sense of being nobody touches. Mood means where you forget yourself and get into the mood of happiness, euphoria, or depression, unhappiness. That is why you pass. Just 3 days back, one German football goalkeeper, football player in Europe is better than the royalty. Football players in Europe are better than the royalty. They get enormous money. 30 million, 40 million, 50 million euro. Euro means, 280 crores just for playing game. 280 crores for 2-3 years. 280 crore, you understand what it means? Just forget it. That type of money they get. Committed suicide. 32-year-old German national team, what is that, goalkeeper, committed suicide. His wife says because he was depressive. Depressed about what? Average man, what shall he say? So much money, why is he depressed? He can hang around. You think he cannot hang around? This is known as your mood. Angry, unhappy, miserable. Where you not only forget yourself, but also lose yourself. That's why please understand, a mood means you are allowing yourself, you are not allowing. If you are consciously allowing, you are enjoying. You are unconsciously overtaken by either a convenience or inconvenience. Somebody praises you, you are overtaken. Somebody hates you, you are overtaken. And the mood. Totally no control. It is like a massive cyclone. Wild energy. Nobody can control. A huge whirlpool. You are sucked into it. You can't get out. The mood comes in and the person, finished. Can you be the space that holds the cyclone? Then the cyclone will spend itself out. However massive, powerful the cyclone can be, it shall spend itself out. Unconscious built up, space, the cyclone gets built up, cyclone gets dissipated. Same thing. In case it so happens there is an unconscious built up in you, hatred, jealousy, love, infatuation, any nonsense built up, allow to spend itself out, because it cannot survive, like sound can never survive the silence. No spacecraft can outdistance the space itself. No thought can survive the consciousness. Consciousness always there. Therefore, when you are thus with yourself, moods do not affect. And therefore, you enjoy every mood. Even if there is a mood somewhere, you are working in totally away from it. You are doing what you choose to do. Just like the programming in computer. 100 programs running, but you use the program that you want to run. You want to use the program that you want to use. Same way inside. 1,000 moods can pass, 1,000 thoughts can pass, but you are always the same. And where are you? Everywhere. As you are listening, as you are thinking, as you are seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling, living through life, here, there, everywhere. Wherever you are with yourself. Why? Bhagavan says, that is my nature. I am the same in all the beings. Where? Yada adityagatam tejaha. The brilliance in the sun is mine. Jagad bhasayate akhilam. That brilliance of the sun which illumines the whole Jagat, lights up the whole solar system. Here Arjuna, understand that is mine. Yat chandramasi, and that light, when the sunlight, the moon which is giving there, that moonlight, that also is mine. Naturally, moonlight is sunlight. Both are one and the same, no? Previously people may be thinking moonlight is different, sunlight is different. Like the mullah was asked, which one is more useful, sun or the moon? He said, of course moon. He said, why? Because it gives light in the darkness. Because it gives the light when the sun is not there. Now, what is that question? The moon is giving sun's light or its own light? The moon is also giving sun's light, not moonlight. There is no moonlight other than the sunlight. So whatever is there in the moon, whatever in the sun, yacha agnau, whatever brilliance, whatever you see, the capacity to burn, to light up, tattejo vidhimamakam. Here, understand, everywhere, whatever brilliance you see, it indeed is mine. Like in 10th chapter of Vibhuti Yoga, you have to see just not only the brilliance of the sun, brilliance of the moon, brilliance of the fire, but also anywhere you see any Vibhuti, yadyat Vibhutimat Sattvam. Whatever you see with Vibhuti, certain talent, if there is anything anywhere, there is intelligence, there is beauty, there is ugliness, there is crookedness of highest kind, that also is me. Sthavaranam Himalaya, among the Himalaya and the mountain. In a sense, anywhere you see any type of exceptional brilliance, it is mine. So, other things are not mine. Other things are also there. But here I am visible. Why they talk about the sun? Why not talk about the stone? The stone, the reflection is not there. The light is come, the mirror. In the mirror is so much reflection. So mirror is visible. Suppose there is one piece of mirror lying down there and there is stone lying down there. Which one will be visible? The mirror will be visible. The light flashes back. So same thing also. That is why he talked about talks about the glory of other things, because visible things, sun, moon, star, whatever you see glory, that belongs to me. Meaning the same consciousness touching in and through everything. Not only the suns and stars and other things. Gam avishya cha bhuta. This is known as the sarvatma bhava. Gam avishya. Bhutani avishya dharayami aham ojasa. Aham ojasa balena. By my strength, having entered into the gam, prithivim, I have gone into the earth, the creation. Bhutani, all the beings in this universe, everything in and through, I am the one, ojasa dharayami, I sustain. The whole creation is sustained by one awareness, consciousness alone. There is nothing other than it. The taste of it, you find it in yourself. Like in this body, by itself, body cannot be aware. Sansargans by themselves cannot see. Thoughts by themselves are meaningless unless you feel it up, consciousness. That is why your awareness of yourself, your being with yourself, your meditation means to discover that absolute strength that in my presence thoughts appear. How can thought overtake me? In my presence, sense organs perceive. How can the sense organs overtake me? In my presence, the creation is perceived. How can it overtake me? It is like the road being afraid that I am being overtaken by the car. Or the space being afraid, oh, these spacecrafts are going to run me out. Are you getting that point? Are you getting that point? Any time you feel overwhelmed, you are losing sight of yourself. That is why your every perception is meditation. There is no taboo perception, no taboo thought. Can you beat it? The biggest mistake we commit is when you make something a taboo. I should not do this. I should not look at this. I should not think like that. Don't do. That you think like a particular way makes no difference until you work on it, act on it. I hope that is where you get your enormous strength, or else you shall waste your energy trying to change your thoughts. Are you getting that point, please? Which one is destroying you? You're wasting your energy trying to have holy thoughts only. What is that holy thought which you cannot make unholy? And what is that unholy thought which you cannot make holy? Get an object to see for yourself. The water you can use for quenching the thirst, also drowning. You can use that water for irrigation, you can flood a country. You have dammed it. Electricity is produced. Controlled irrigation also is facilitated. Put a bomb on that dam, the country is flooded. Blessing or a curse? Your anger can be a great blessing if your person knows how to use it. Your anger is disaster to yourself and for everybody if you are under the spell of it. A gun can be used for self-defense, also murder. Anything. So what is the question of trying to change the thoughts, wasting your time? Everything as it is beautiful. In my presence, the thoughts come. How can thought overtake me? In my presence, the perceptions take place. How can the perception overtake me? In my presence, perceived creation has a meaning. How does the perceived creation overtake me? In fact, if you observe it, true perceived creation, when did the perceived creation ever tempt you? Huh? That is why another man is your problem. Another human being can be your problem, but not animals, trees, anything. Individuality, overwhelmed by ignorance, becomes so selfish, lives a life of deception, himself unhappy, looking for happiness, promises happiness to others. Understand? So when you are aware, no thought, nothing. You see it, Gama Avishya, entering this whole earth, Bhutani Avishya, entering the entire, meaning in and through all the elements and elementals. The whole creation is sustained by Pushnami cha Oshadhi Sarva Somo Bhutva Rasatmaka Aham Rasatmaka Bhutva. Rasatmakam Soma Bhutva. Being one with the moon, which is Rasatmaka. That is why moonlight is so good for cultivation. Osadhi Sarvan Pushnami. I nourish the plant kingdom by being the energy of the moon, whereas Rasatmaka, which sustains everything, nourishing juice in everything. The moon is the nourisher. And today now those are all into this type of cultivation, you know. What bio, organic and these things, they all say. The moon, the seeds treated by moonlight. If you keep it before you plant it, if you keep it in the moonlight for a few days, then do it. The trees will be very nice. The seeds will be germinate nicely. Somo bhutva rasatmaka. So I sustain the animal kingdom as well as the plant kingdom. The whole earth itself is sustained by me. Meaning the same consciousness everywhere. To see that sarvatma bhava, the truth here, truth there, truth everywhere. Because don't say isolate the truth. I am the truth, always closing the eyes. So open the eyes and the truth is running away. How are you going to live your life if every time you have to close your eyes for the truth? So how are you going to live your life? Sitting down in one place, only the truth is standing. Suppose you start walking now, truth is now disturbed. Now what type of truth is that? How are you going to live your life? Being conscious at all places, all conditions. And what else it is? Read the next two verses. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Asritah Pranapana Samayuktah Pachamyannam Chaturvidham Sarvasya Chaham Hrudisannivistah Matta Smrutirjnanam Apohanam Cha Vedaisya Sarvairahameva Vedyah Vedanta krudveda videva chaham. Aham Vaishvanaro bhutva Praninam dehamasritah Pranapana samayuktah Pachamyannam chaturvidham Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishtaha Matta smritirjnanam apohanam cha Vedaisya sarvairahameva vedyah Vedanta krudveda videva chaham. Right, it's aham Vaishvanaro bhutva praninam dehamas. I as the Vaishvanara. Vaishvanara is digestive fire. I am the digestive fire, Vaishvanara Agni, in all the beings, all the prani, all the animals, all the beings. Praninam dehamasrita. I am the fire who sustains. Just imagine. It's such a beautiful concept. Imagine we have to digest our own food. What will happen? What a headache it will be. Will you eat? You have to digest also. Not only you have to eat, you have to digest also. Nobody will eat. Better to die. What is the best thing? Dump it, it takes care. Just dump it. Since somebody else is doing it, do you dump as much as necessary or more than that? Always more than the need. The machine is working, let it overwork. Right? So you are punishing the God every day. You know that? Anyway, let's see. And what is that? I am in every individual, in all the living beings, I am the fire, digestive fire. Prana apana samayukta. Prana apana samayukta. Balancing prana with apana during your food or your activities. Chaturvidham annam pachami. I digest 4 types of food. What is it? There is 4 types of food means what? Annam pachami. I digest food, and these are the 4 types food existing. What are they? Charvyam, chosyam, lehyam, peyam. Yeah, Shankara has written like bhojyam, bhakshyam, something like that. He has Chaturvidha prakaram. Bhoksham, bhojyam, bhakshyam, chosyam, lehyam. You can say that. Charvyam, chosyam, lehyam, peyam. What are the 4 varieties of food? Charvyam. Charvyam means that is charvana. That is masticating, like bhakshyam. Masticating. Certain food you have to break, chew. Charvyam. Then other things are chosyam. Chosyam, chosha, the mango, sucked. Some to be masticated, some are to be sucked. You suck a fruit, like a mango. You can't rashal mango, if you want to cut, everything will spill out. That must be sucked. So, charbyam, chosyam, masticated, sucked variety, charbyam, chosyam. Then, lehyam. Lehyam means liquid, like honey, panjamrudam. That is all to be licked. You put it in the hand, that's what it is. Lehyam. Ghee, honey, and put in the lehyam. Then peyam, to be drunk. Certain thing to be liquid, like all the juices, buttermilk, your rasam, drinking. That is peyam. Something like liquid to be drunk. Something like honey, panjamrudam, ghee, other things, liquid Leyam. So also they call it Leyam. You know, there is one, during this Diwali time, South India, they make it Leyam. You make it, so that is only keep in the hand, and everybody is doing it. Children are given like this, Leyam, so that they can digest food. Anyway, Leyam. Then Chosyam, something to be sucked, which is, you can't cut it, lick it, or drink it. And the last one is masticated, strong food, all that vegetables, nuts and everything. So these are the four varieties of food people eat. Bhagavan says, I digest it all. Vaishvanaro Bhutva. So when you are taking the food, you know, he is the food, he is the eater. As the moon, he nourishes the food. As the fire in the stomach, he digests the food. He is the eater, he is eating. Now, can you see that clearly? Instead of telling, I am eating, if you think, I am eating, I don't like this. No, it's not a joke. Please appreciate. The moment that idea comes, I am eating, then I don't like this. Once you do the prasadam, are you getting that? When you are doing this, Brahmarpanam, Brahmavihi, Brahmagno, Brahmanavata, why this chanting? You think it's a waste of time? There are so many reasons for that. Social reason is there, environmental reason is there. I give you a simple thing, you can remember these things. Very clear. See, the whole eating habit, the whole thing is like a ritual. You can see in Indian context, you can see that how beautiful it is. I say Indian context because here nobody sits down on chair and table and eat. Habitually they do that. Not because you can't afford a chair and afford a table. It is because, as I told you, hot country. And the hot country, the best place is floor. Because if you sit on this sofa, sit in other places, then you need an air conditioning. Cold country, they need it. Cold country, if they put their bottom on the floor, what will happen? Freeze. So who can do that? So put that sofa. Those days there was no sofa, so on the wooden plank. But here, all the time, down, down, down. No problem. Okay. Please see how climate and other things affect our behavior. Then sit down there. And once you sit down and eat, it's very comfortable. Why? Because you have to bend and eat. Bending, eating. Bending, eating. So when the stomach is half full, you can't bend. That is why people lift their thing and eat. Why? They can eat more. Because if you put that, it will be uncomfortable, no? You bend. When you are bending, your stomach will say, oh. So, best thing is like this. Then why don't you sit on a chair? That is what the chair does. Chair makes you chairman. Because until it goes here, you will not know it. Understand? Okay, next. You have got a leaf. You have put a leaf. So much leaves are available. Don't say, oh, European habit is only plate, then there is no banana leaf. What shall they do? Don't make superior, inferior nonsense. Or eating in the plate is civilized, eating in the leaf is uncivilized. Are you nuts? These are all, are you getting that? These are all simple climatic functioning. Nothing more than that. Because there are no banana plants in Western countries. How can they eat in banana leaf? What leaf is there? Every leaf is, then they have to eat in the pine leaf. One needle. So pine needle, right? Because you don't have trees with big leaves. Very rare. Even that oak and other things are small, small leaves. Biggest leaf perhaps will be that one, the Chinese, the Canadian maple tree, all Europe there, that is the leaf will be there. Bigger than that leaf, I don't know, I have not seen much. The thin, all little variety only there. So you can't expect that. Anyway, so leaf is provided. You put the leaf. So, very clean plate. It's only yours, you use and throw it. Nobody need to be hot water, cold water, need not be there. Just easy, throw it. And when you throw it, cow is waiting. Other animals are waiting. So they can also eat off the leaf. is all cycle, cycle, cycle. Okay, then you chant. When you are chanting, why are you chanting? Om. As you are going on chanting, saliva, saliva, saliva. It's going in, right? So the stomach is getting digestive juice. Now is ready to digest your food. Okay, then you remember also, God, I am not the eater. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Pranina. Ishvara, he alone is the fire, sitting down here, digesting food. I am not the eater. So since he is doing it, shall I make him overwork? Thank God for it, little, whatever I can. And then you hold the water. To remember, Brahma, Arpanam, Brahma, Vi, Brahma, Guru, Brahmana, everything is Brahman. Eater, eating, everything is Brahman. Then what you do? Take that water, go it all round, you put it. Why? You are eating on the banana leaf. When you put the water all sides, you make it a circle. Ants cannot crawl onto your leaf. Water boundary is there, no? So the ants cannot come in. How much protection? Then you drink that last water. Why do you drink? Facilitate. Now the throat is lubricated. When the throat is lubricated, you take the food, it goes. Oh, I don't believe in all these things. All right. You take the first food, then then you go on coughing. Then what happens? Oh, there must be some wine or some water in between. Why? Because it's all dry. What can you do? So in between drinking water also. So in between water and you are not supposed to drink water in between your food. Before half an hour or after half an hour. But if you don't lubricate your throat, you have to do that in between. That is where digestive juice is diluted. Therefore, digestion is not proper. Understand? So all these things are there in it. Taking care of the animals, taking care of the trees, taking care of the people, taking care of yourself, everything, and taking care of your health, all in a chanting. And this whole eating also is a meditation. And while eating, not to talk. And all your conscious 5 sense organs are involved. Sabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. You are hearing it, touching it, tasting it, smelling it, seeing it. Meditation. What is there to talk? Now, if you have gone only for food, then he got more. You see, then you talk to the fellow. Can't see how they are discriminating. They give you more. Your food is dissatisfying. You did not eat. Miserable. Angry, upset. The same thing which you can make it a meditation becomes your pure agitation. That's why the attitude all times. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamasrita. I am the fire in the sun, brilliance everywhere, also in the food, in the stomach I am the fire. I digest all the food. Remembering the same awareness everywhere. What else where it is? Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishta. Sarvasya hrudi, see that now. After talking about the foods, elements and all these inanimate things, now he comes to the individual. Sarvasya hrudi aham sannivishta. I am in the heart of everybody. What a language. Whoever says I, the meaning of it is me. Do you understand the statement? Whoever says I, the meaning of it is me. The same consciousness everywhere. There is no difference. There is no Christian I, Muslim I, Hindu I, religious I, non-religious I, masculine I, feminine I, old age I, young, youthful I, childhood I. I means one absolute. I remaining the same, other things go on changing. So, sarvasya hrudi aham sannivishta. Hrudi, Manasi, in everybody's mind, I am there. It runs through everything. Hrudaya does not mean this pumping heart. Hrudi, Manasi, in me, I am there. Buddho, Hrudi, Buddho. Mattaha, Smruti, Jnanam, Apomohanam cha. Hey Arjuna, from me, so the I, the awareness in all the beings, from me comes, how beautiful, that's why they are like a mantra, you must get it by heart and always remember it. Mattaha Smruti, memory comes from me. Jnanam, knowledge comes from me. Apamohanam, forgetfulness comes from me. In my presence, everything happens. Memories work, knowledge takes place, forgetfulness happens. I am conscious. Now think, just sit down, please sit. Suppose you are sitting down, closing your eyes, you want to be conscious with yourself. What happens? The smruti comes, memories. And now you know, mattaha smruti. In my presence, the memories come. Okay. You want to remember something. Who was the first one to climb the Everest? I knew. Why are you? For what? Thought is not coming. Listen carefully. The thought is not coming. Thought is not coming or you are not bringing it? Which one is right? Thought is not coming. Can you say, I am not bringing it? Thought is not coming. Now, then you are struggling. So struggling, suddenly the thought comes. What do you say? I remember. You remember? You understand how you quickly jumping in that I jumps into it? Oh, now I remember, you remember. Or thought came. That is why suddenly a joke you remember and you will smile. Because you have been struggling. I wanted to tell that, I don't know what was that. What was that joke? You don't know what to do. Then you are going for a walk, splashes. Ha! Now I remember, what is that boy's name? What is his name? Archimedes. Eureka. That thought struck him in the bathtub. Naked he runs. Right? So you are walking down, suddenly comes back. Oh, smruti. So, unconscious, what do you say? I remember. You remember? Or the remembrance happens. So, if your memory is strong, don't be proud. By chance you forget, don't look down upon yourself. Other day, one man, 50, 60-year-old, and he was telling, oh, Swamiji, I am thinking I am suffering from forgetfulness now. I said, this is stupid. You have been forgetting all through. Now you are aware that you are forgetting. So because I am now old, you are not old. A young man also forgets, but that time you don't care. Now you start caring, therefore you are forgetful. What rubbish. Who doesn't forget? What is wrong in forgetting? As long as you don't justify your forgetfulness. So what if I forgot? No, sorry. Because I made you wait. Sorry, I forgot. In reality, you don't have to be sorry. Because what is that? Your contribution towards forgetfulness. It happened. No, I should have remembered. Then what should you do? To remember, what should you do? Remember. But then, it's not in your hand. Yes. Why you don't remember? Because you are preoccupied. So what you can do is, you can handle your preoccupation. Don't allow yourself to go into daydreaming. This preoccupation you can stop. But forgetfulness you cannot stop. Are you getting that point? If you control, regulate your preoccupations, forgetfulness will be less. Are you getting it? Forgetfulness will be less. Understand? But all these things, how do I reduce my preoccupation? Be conscious. Be conscious means what? Be yourself, like Ishvara says, Sarvasya Rudi Aham Sannivishta, I am in all the beings. So remember that. I am in me, Buddho, I am there. call it consciousness, Ishvara, whatever you like. I am that. Then memories will be always available at your disposal. No forgetfulness, no more losing yourself in the flow of thought. Three days back, a sad news came. Many times I give you the example, no, people don't know swimming jump. Young man, 29-year-old, there a real life incident, 29-year-old, marriage fixed, next week going to get married. So bachelor party is an imitation of the Western things nowadays. There's a bachelor party, especially in urban society. So he has invited all of his IT software friends. They have gone to Kovalam beach. Nobody knows. He told the father also, parents also, he has not told. Gone. From the office he came, from the office they have all gone. Started playing beach ball, volleyball, playing. Then slowly gravitated towards the water. And then the ball fell down. The boy does not know swimming, but in the whole euphoria of play, jumped, got into the deep waters. One massive wave comes, hits, floated. Dead. What do you call it? Unconscious behavior. Because you lose your party. In partying, people lose many things, You lose your sanity. Drinking, you get drunk. Eating, you are, can't move. Unconscious behavior. It's just like you two people sit down, you come, you have nothing to do at 4 o'clock, so you come there, come, let's sit down there. So you go there and just start talking. Yeah, right. Very kind, very gentle, very nice. Then slowly talk. Then the subject changes. Hey, this Girivalam is very nice, wonderful. Shall you go for Girivalam? You are going around. You did not start with that topic at all. You came to sit down and talk. Ending up, Girivalam. Then Girivalam, you see that? It's a new restaurant, Shall you go? Hey, yeah, let's go. Right. Coffee? Ice cream? Okay. So, all you started with what? Simply sitting and sharing few thoughts. Then come back 1 o'clock. How? Please, everybody lives like that, unconsciously losing themselves. So, same thing also happens in thought. Smriti. And as the thought comes from one, if you are not conscious, you can lose yourself. That's why if you can rescue yourself, are you getting that? You are so strong. Like a swimmer. It's like a swimmer. You enjoy the whole water. If you can swim through your thought, what a pleasure, what a pleasure. Every thought is beautiful. Every emotion wonderful. In fact, there is nothing else a problem. So, Smriti, Jnanam, Apamanam cha, Vedaisha Sarvair Hameva Vidya. I am the one to be known in all the Vedas. So, in all the Vedas, what should be understood? Not God, I. Sarvai Vedaihi Ahameva Vidya. I. What is that I? Even the God's eye is your eye. Understand? And when you know yourself, of course you know Ishvara. Because inevitably you are a part of it. Sarvasya. What is that he said? Mamevansa jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. Sanatana jivamsa. I am eternally a part of him. Once I know myself, this body is part of total body. Vedaisha sarvai aham vidya Vedanta krut. Veda videvacha. I am the Vedanta krut. I gave away the Vedanta. See that? I am the one who gave this Vedanta. Krishna says now. Along with the creation comes the handbook to understand. Vedanta is the handbook to understand this creation. Like today you have An iPod, handbook. Digital camera, handbook. Any sophisticated instrument, handbook. Creation, handbook. Now suddenly you say, but so many handbooks are there. Who says not? Take every handbook, whichever gives you complete picture, grab it. Who says not? Which one I should read? Why should I say? You read. Whatever gives you complete picture, grab it. Complete picture. Know about yourself, know about creation, know about God. Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. Who you are, what the creation is. You don't have to bring in God in the beginning. Know yourself, know the creation, Ishvara will automatically come in. But most other handbooks are based on gods. This God gave this book, that God gave that. Oh boy. Even if Vedanta, Krishna says, I gave it, but for what? He is not standing apart. I am the one in all the beings. So everybody is as divine as me. Only difference is samasti, vyasti. Macrocosm, microcosm. Totality, individuality. Water is same, but ocean is all-pervasive. Wave is tiny. But wave is an inseparable part of ocean. Iti Vedanta Krut Veda Videvacha. I am everything. Beginning from fire, what is that? Aditya Gatam Teja Jagat Bhasayati Gilam. The brilliance and the sun, moon, everything, to the filling this whole creation with nourishment as the fire in the digestive system. And in me, I am the one in the heart of everybody, in the mind of everybody, from whom comes the memory, forgetfulness, knowledge of all kinds. I am the one, Vedanta Krut Veda Videva. The giver of the Vedas, the knower of the Vedas. I am everything. There is nothing other than Him. With that we shall stop. Again, another theme begins. We shall see in the afternoon. Lovely. The whole thing gives in. Like Purusha Prakriti, like that we have given another word. Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha. It will be amazing. We'll see it in the afternoon. Close your eyes, please.